know, I'm not much for making speeches, but on behalf of her mother and I would like to thank you all for coming to Rachel's going off to college party. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Dad.
What I meant was the moment I haven't been waiting for. One of the hardest things for a father is when it comes time to send his little girl off to college. Rachel, we love you so much. We are very, very proud of you. Just remember our deal, though. You promised you wouldn't get married until you're at least 45.
You sure you don't want to take any of your photos?
You've seen the dorm rooms. I don't have room for all that stuff.
I know. This house isn't going to be the same without you.
Mom, it's only 3 hours away. I'll be back from time to time, and you two can come visit. It's not like I'm going away forever.
How's she supposed to get anything packed with you crying over everything she owns?
You tell her, Dad.
Yeah, don't let him fool you. When you're here, he's all together, but when you drive away, he'll be missing you.
Did you enjoy dinner?
Yeah, thank you both so much. You didn't have to do it.
Are you kidding? Going off to college is a big deal.
I think your other clothes are probably ready.
Well, I'll help you. Be right back, Dad.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Are you my roommate?
I guess so.
I'm Allie.
Rachel.
I went ahead and threw my stuff on a bed. I didn't know which one you wanted, so I just picked one.
That's fine.
We're just going to the student union. You want to come with us?
I think I'm gonna get moved in first.
You need help with your stuff?
I got it. Thank you.
All right. I'll see you later then.
See ya.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is everybody alive? Yeah. I say, is everybody alive? Yes. Here we go. If you're wondering what plane you're on, this is Introduction to Biology, where we will be studying life and its origins and all that good stuff. So if you're on the wrong flight, this would be the time to disembark. I am your humble pilot, Professor Marcus Kamen. Out in the hall, behind my back, you can call me anything you like. But in here, I would appreciate Professor Kamen. Or if you must, Mr. Professor Kamen. I'm going to try my best to entertain you during our time together. In return, I would appreciate from you a little critical thinking. Science is, after all, the field which challenges us to redefine the conventional wisdom of our predecessors. That's what makes us grow as a society and as a species. I want to have some honest intellectual discussion in here. And I want each and every one of you to participate, and that includes you. And now for the good news. It's about your grades. Attend this class and you will pass. In fact, if you show up every time, I'll give you a C, even if I know you're only pretending to listen to me.
What are you doing?
Just a little work.
Rachel, this is our first weekend at college. We're going out.
You look like you could use a friend.
What?
I said you look like you could use a friend.
Hard to hear you.
Let's go outside. That's better. I'm Jason.
Rachel.
Good to meet you, Rachel. You a freshman?
Yep.
I was a freshman once. Last year. You liking your classes so far?
They're pretty pretty good.
What are you taking?
English, Spanish, government, algebra, and biology.
Biology? Did you get Kamen?
I did.
Professor Marcus Kamen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is everybody alive?
That's right.
Yeah, I had him last year. He's a fun guy. You know, he made biology really interesting, and I hate biology.
I'll look forward to it then.
You have a major yet, Rachel?
I do.
What is it?
Biology.
Oh.
I brought you some juice. You ever gonna get up?
What time is it?
Almost 10. So how was it with Jason?
He was nice. We just talked. Do you know him?
I was here this summer and I met him. He's available. I won't wait around though. He won't be single for very long.
Yes, Richard, looking forward to it. I've got it down. Rachel? Yeah, she's fine. Yep, she ended up going off to the university. Well, Kimberly and I struggled a lot with that because our goal was to send her to a good Christian college, but she really wants to be a pharmacist and they have a great program. She'll find a good church over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to answer the age-old question that has been asked by generation after generation throughout history. It is the question of questions concerning the origins of life. It is, of course, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Now, how many of you would answer that by saying the egg came first? Raise your hands. Mr. Blair, why the egg?
Because without the egg, there could be no chicken.
Good answer. Now, how many of you would say the chicken came first? Raise your hands. All right, Miss Whitaker, why the chicken?
Because without the chicken, there could be no egg.
Good. Once again, if you're with Mr. Blair, you think the egg came first, raise your hands. Now, if you think it was the chicken. Well, the correct answer is, drum roll please, the egg. The egg came first. Scientific research of the fossil record and the diversity and similarity of living organisms has convinced most scientific minds that complex life forms evolved from simpler life forms. And if we open our books to chapter 2, we can study this in a little more detail.
I just got a text from Jason. He wants me to meet him right now at the student union.
I'm telling you, he likes you.
He's just a friend.
Sounds like he wants to be more than just friends.
Hey, what did you think about what Professor Kamen was just saying? About what? About the egg coming first?
Sounds okay to me.
I know my dad would not agree with that.
Well, Daddy's not here, but Jason is. You go meet with him.
What's this?
Have I got an important job for you?
Okay, what's this?
Old newspapers. We need to archive all of the key articles onto our website.
All right, I think I can handle that.
Shane, I think there's more newspapers than just this.
Huh?
That's right. This is only about 5 years worth. We'll start with these.
Well, how many years are we gonna do?
Well, the paper's been in existence for over 60 years.
60? It'll take me all semester to do that.
And the university will be indebted to you for your effort.
No, wait, Mr. Jameson, I was mistaken. It'll take me my entire college career to do this.
And the university will be indebted to you for your effort.
So she comes over last night to watch TV, and then she said she's only gonna watch it with me in the lounge. I mean, is that stupid or what?
You know how to pick them.
Yeah, I know how to drop them, too.
What? She's one of the cutest freshmen we've seen.
I don't care.
Aren't you getting with her later today at that student union?
Supposed to.
You know what your problem is, Jason? You give up too easily.
Steven, dinner in 5.
Washing up, be right there.
All right, here's your 100. You know what you're gonna say, right?
I already told you I'm not gonna do this.
Rachel, come on, this is a good idea.
But I can't do it.
Yes, you can. It's just Tyler. He's my roommate. The guy in the red shirt.
But I can't.
You have to, because he's cute.
You think everybody's cute?
Well, he is. Now go.
I can't.
Rachel, if you pull this off, everybody's going to be talking about this for years.
Yeah, but why me? Let Ellie go.
No, he met Allie this summer. He might know something's up.
Where'd you come up with something like this anyway?
Just found this old book in the library.
From when? The 1970s?
Actually 1960s, but thank you very much. It happens to be why nobody knows about this.
This is so stupid.
Rachel, this is fun. What are you worrying about? I got your back.
I don't know.
You've got to loosen up, girl.
I won't be able to say it with a straight face.
Yes, you can.
Come on, Rachel. Just do it in the name of college fun.
Yeah. This is your moment.
It'll be great. Trust me.
All right.
All right. Here are your eggs. I just gotta say everything exactly the way I told you to say it.
Okay, I have no idea why I'm doing this. You both are gonna owe me. Excuse me, good looking.
Me?
Yes, you. You want to make $100?
$100.
Yeah, $100 right here.
Yeah, right. What's the catch?
No catch. You just let me crack these 3 eggs over your head, and this $100 bill is yours.
What?
You heard me. I crack these eggs over your head, and this $100 bill is yours.
Do it, Tyler.
Come on, this is a joke, right?
Here, your friend can hold the bill.
It's real money, man.
It's a lot of cash. What gives?
May seem like a lot to you, but where I come from, that's spare change.
Just do it, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
$100.
It's $100
bucks.
Dude, easy money, bro.
3 eggs. Do it.
Come on, yeah, dude, let's go.
Okay, go for it. What do I need to do?
Just sit right there.
All right.
Tyler.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's
Let's
gonna
go.
be
Yeah,
$100
dude.
right here, it is.
Here comes egg number 1.
Oh, look at him, dude.
Okay, and now egg number 2. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Tyler,
All right, let's do it.
Oh. Scrambled, son.
All right, one more to go, boys, and that 100's mine.
$100, let's go.
Last one.
Yeah, you know, I think 2's enough. I'll just take this 100.
Wait,
What?
Hey, that's my 100.
I said 3 eggs. I only did 2. Bye.
Oh, there goes your money, man.
What?
$100.
That's not fair. It's not fair.
Marcus Kamen.
Professor Kamen.
Well, hello, Phil.
Just calling to get your topic for the October debate. I'd like to promo it at the one we're doing tomorrow night.
I thought we were going in November.
Originally, yes, but it got switched around. You didn't get the memo?
No, I didn't.
Do you mean to tell me there was a communication breakdown between our journalism department and yours? Again?
Imagine that. Phil, I don't even have a topic yet. Can you give me a week or so?
Yeah, sure. I'll just say it's going to be your department doing the next one.
So what are you and Jason doing later?
Or not.
Is he busy or something?
I don't know.
Wait, isn't he still calling you?
Yesterday when we talked, he hinted that we were just gonna be friends. So.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. He's just a friend. There's never anything more. I'm gonna go to the library.
You okay?
Yeah, fine. See ya.
How's the archiving going, buddy?
It's going. He gave me 5 years to do, and I'm on year 2.
Sounds like world record pace to me.
Sounds like a waste of time to me. And who's gonna read all these old things?
You do know why you're doing this, right?
No idea.
You put the articles online, the alumni read them, relive their glory days, and donations go up.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wait, if that's what this is all about, I should be getting a cut here.
Evan, you're all set to cover the debate tomorrow night, right?
Yes, sir, I'll be there.
I should get a cut of this, Mr. Jameson.
And the university will be indebted to you for your effort.
Just give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna show where the computers are, right? Excuse me, can you tell me if I'm in the right place to get breakfast? I was hoping to get a couple eggs.
Oh, hi.
Thought we should be formally introduced. Tyler Mathis.
Rachel Whitaker. I'm really sorry about what I did.
What about that? Hey, look, anytime a pretty girl comes up to me and says, hey, good looking, that's all I need to hear. She can crack eggs over my head anytime.
You know who put me up to it.
Yeah, I know. I'll get him back.
Get him one for me while you're at it, will you?
You got it. You mind if I sit for a minute?
Go ahead.
What you working on?
Report for biology.
You got Cayman?
I got Cayman.
You know you don't have to do any work in there, right? All you have to do is show up every time and you get a C.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, it's true. I had him last year, and man kept his word, and I am living proof.
Well, I need to get better than a C. My major's biology.
Gotcha. So, you are going to the debate tomorrow night, right?
Debate?
Yeah, at the Fine Arts Center.
What debate? What is it?
There's posters everywhere.
I haven't seen any.
Well, there's one right back there.
Where?
If you look just around the corner, next to the copy machine on the left on the bulletin board, there's a poster. I guess you missed it.
Must have missed it.
And these are can't-miss events. I mean, first of all, they're educational, which is what college is all about. Second of all, everybody goes, so they're social, which is what college is all about. The debates are a must. Picking you up.
What?
You and me. We're going to the debate.
I don't know.
I think that a certain someone at this table owes another someone at this table a small favor.
Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for coming. I'm Phil Jameson, professor of journalism here at the university, and I will also be your moderator for this evening's event.
Crowd, huh?
This is our
Yeah, I'm glad we got here early.
Yeah, I was afraid we weren't going to get a C.
And tonight's debate is presented by the math department. So let me introduce our two debaters to you now.
Thanks for welcoming me back. It was fun.
Hey, any chance of us doing something again?
I don't know.
Well, you did crack 2 eggs over my head, so I feel like maybe I should get 2 chances.
Got me there.
How about this weekend?
No, I can't. I'm visiting my parents this weekend.
Ah, yeah, gotta do that.
They are anxious to see me.
Well, how about when you get back?
Yeah, that could work.
Well, okay then. I'll call you. And thanks for coming out with me tonight, and I'll see ya.
See ya.
Okay.
Dinner soon.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
You busy?
Just sending a text back to Tyler.
Oh, new boyfriend?
He's a friend. I just met him.
So tell me more about your classes.
They're going good. I really like all of my instructors, especially my biology teacher, Professor Gaiman. He's a riot.
You and your roommate getting along?
Oh, yeah. Allie's great. We get along well.
Good. You were always good at making friends.
Yeah, well, meeting new people every day, it seems.
Did you find a church yet?
No, not yet. I've just been so busy getting used to everything. But I will.
Come on, we're gonna be late for church. We need to go.
I'm here.
Honey, we live so close. It's embarrassing when we're late. Steven!
He's also here.
Let's go, Rachel. We'll meet you in the car, Steven.
Okay.
Dad, will you grab my Bible for me?
Sure.
I'm headed out.
Feels like you just got here.
I'll be back to visit soon.
Oh.
Bye, Dad.
Love you. Drive careful.
Love you too.
Let us know when you get there.
I will.
Bye. She seems to be doing well. She's made some friends, likes her classes. Seems to really like that one with Professor Kamen. I'm glad.
The guy's an evolutionist and a big proponent of it, Pastor. He's written several published articles. I mean, it's a long list. And there's nothing in the whole course description about biblical creation as even a plausible alternative from what I can see.
Does that surprise you? All our public schools and universities teach evolution as the answer to the origins of life. Even some of our Christian schools are buying into the evolution theory as part of the creation account.
You're kidding.
The attack on Genesis is a real battleground.
Well, I certainly don't like the idea of Rachel sitting under this guy in class.
Have you had a chance to speak to her about it?
No, not yet, but I will. Actually, she's not the one I'd like to talk to.
Mr. Blair, may I dialogue with you for a moment?
Yes, sir.
I understand you're here on a track scholarship. You're a 1,500-meter man.
Yes, I am.
Congratulations. I used to do a bit of track myself back in the day, so I know a little of what you guys go through. Do you mind my asking, what's your best time in that event?
4:03.
4 minutes and 3 seconds. That is very impressive running. That must be the best time on your team.
No, there's actually 3 guys ahead of me right now.
3? Well, then I guess you got a little competition ahead of you, don't you?
Yeah, I'll get them.
That's the spirit. You got what, 10 teams in the conference?
I think so.
No, there are, I checked. So let's say there are 4 fellas on each team running the 1,500, that's 40 runners. Where do you think you place among them?
Not sure, sir.
30th, maybe?
Could be.
Well, then I guess you got a lot of competition ahead of you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, you're a freshman. We'll give you time to move up through the conference, which I'm sure you will. Besides, we can look at this whole thing from another angle. For one thing, Mr. Blair can certainly outrun anyone in this class, but better than that, if he had run the 1,500 meters in that kind of time in the 1896 Olympics, he would have won gold. He'd won by 30 seconds. And if he'd done the same in the 1904 Olympics, he would have won by 2 seconds. Do you see what's happening here? As we evolve, we're getting faster, stronger, smarter. Look at the technological leaps that have happened just in the last 50 years. Imagine what our species is going to be like 100 years from now. How cool would it be to stick around to see that?
Hey, I figured you'd be here. A few of us are going downtown to grab a bite to eat, and there's a jazz band playing. Why don't you call Tyler and come with us?
I can't. I just got here and I've got to finish this for Cayman's class.
Can't you do it later? It's not due till Thursday.
I know, but I've got other work to do too.
You're so studious. Okay, well, if you change your mind, call me.
Okay. Have fun.
You're taking Cayman's class?
Pardon?
Sorry, I couldn't help it over here. You're taking Professor Cayman's class.
Yes, I am. You too?
No, I had him a couple years ago.
This class is so interesting. Didn't you like him?
Like him? Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. Agree with him? That's a different story.
Well, don't you think Professor Kamen has some good concepts? He could be right.
It looks like you've got a lot of work to do, and I was just on my way out myself, so... By the way, my name's Evan. Evan Carlson. Nice to meet you.
Rachel Whitaker.
All right. See you around, Rachel Whitaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Rachel, he's not right.
You sure those girls are gonna be there?
They told me they were coming.
Just remember, I get first pick.
Yeah, right. You'll be lucky if one of them even says hi to you.
Don't worry, Luke. Jason ain't gonna get anybody, so you'll get your pick.
Okay, how about you worry about your own deal you got going on?
Tyler's still playing that game with Rachel?
Oh, yeah, and striking out.
Actually, we're building a meaningful relationship, something you two amateurs wouldn't know anything about.
Which, after translation, means that he's not getting anywhere. Come on, Tyler, man. And I told you, you should just dump her.
Look, boys, I'm not just gonna let someone crack 2 eggs over my head and come away empty, all right? I'm just not as impatient as Jason over here. All right, my little plan will play out. Just wait and see.
I just talked to Rachel. I told her I could take the day off tomorrow and we'd ride up for a quick visit. She said she'd love to have us. We'll take her out to an early dinner and then drive back.
Up and back in one day?
Don't worry, I'll drive. You can sleep on the way home.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey.
Oh, I can't believe you guys decided to come up here today.
Well, it was your father's idea.
Where's Dad?
Professor Kamen?
Yes.
My name is Stephen Whitaker. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure. I'm sorry, have we met?
No, but my daughter is in your freshman biology class, Rachel Whitaker.
Ah, Rachel. She's a pleasure to have in class.
Thank you. Professor Kamen, I don't mean to come off so direct or with any disrespect, but I'm concerned about what you're teaching in your class.
Is that so? Can you give me an example?
Well, it seems your class deals quite a bit with the subject of evolution.
Yes, it does.
Can you explain to me why you teach only evolution?
Sure, but first, let me ask you, Mr. Whitaker, are you a religious man?
A religious man?
Well, you believe in God and the Bible?
Well, yes, sir, I do.
And does that help you?
Help me?
Does that help you to be at peace with yourself?
Yes, it does.
Well, then I think that's great, and I would encourage you to go on believing.
But you're teaching evolution.
Mr. Whitaker, I teach what my textbooks tell me to teach. It comes from real people who have conducted real experiments and observed real evidence, and frankly, I'm at peace with that.
But it goes against the core beliefs of everything we've been teaching Rachel all her life, against what Christianity stands for.
Dad?
Hello, Rachel.
What are you doing here?
I came by to talk to your instructor.
But why?
Well, I just wanted to stop by for a minute.
Hello, Rachel.
Professor Kamen?
Mr. Whitaker, I've got to meet with another student momentarily, so I'm afraid we're going to have to pick up this discussion at another time. But I tell you what, you strongly believe in the creation story from the Bible, right?
Yes, that's correct, but I don't call it a story.
Every month, the university sponsors a debate that is also open to the public. My department will be hosting the next one on October 19th. Why don't you and I debate this issue? It would be a great opportunity for you to express your views. They're moderated, they're orderly. Evolution versus creationism, what do you say?
No, I couldn't do that. I mean, I never intended to.
Professor Kamen, my dad can't debate you.
Rachel, your father has the passion of his beliefs. That's what makes for a great debate. You can read off a prepared text. That's done all the time.
But, Dad, you can't.
Now, wait a minute, Professor Kamen. I did not come in here with any intention of doing a debate with you.
I understand, Mr. Whitaker. It's just that I think this topic would be so valuable for the students. And you do believe in your viewpoint, don't you?
I can't believe Dad agreed to debate Professor Kamen. Mom, you've got to stop this.
The man cornered me, Rachel. What was I supposed to say?
You could have said no.
This man obviously has no respect for God or anything that we believe in.
But Professor Kamen doesn't claim to be a Christian either. Do you know how embarrassing this is going to be for me?
I don't want to embarrass anyone, especially you.
Dad, you're not going to convert Professor Kamen to your beliefs, so why even try?
Actually, it's not his beliefs that I'm concerned about.
What's that supposed to mean?
I feel this man is affecting you, Rachel, that he's causing you to change your views.
It's ridiculous. Mom, say something.
Honey, your father's just concerned about you, that's all.
I can't believe this is happening.
And I'm certainly not happy with what this Kamen guy's teaching you.
Let's just go to dinner.
Phil Jameson.
Marcus Kamen.
Professor.
Hey, Phil, I think I've got the topic for the next debate. How does evolution versus creationism sound?
Aha! Well, unless you've changed teams, I know what side you fall on. We'll note it on the calendar of events.
Well, it seems some of my views are being challenged.
Now, who in their right mind would challenge anything you say?
The father of one of my students.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, I got a religious dad who doesn't like his little girl thinking for herself.
I see. I might have to do a little publicity on this just to build the crowd.
Well, I've got his name and number right here if you need him.
Yeah, no problem. Here you go.
Evan, got our topic for the next debate, and I think this one will be of interest to you. Seems the father of one of our students is challenging Professor Kamen.
Evolution versus creationism?
I want to do a story on this prior to the debate and build it up. There's the father's contact information. See what you can find out. You know, his purpose, motive, what he hopes to accomplish. I'll get Shane to do the same thing with Professor Kamen.
Okay, sir, will do.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get some community interest on this one.
Whitaker.
Before we begin today, I'd like to make a brief announcement. Each month, the university sponsors a debate at the Fine Arts Center, and our department will be hosting the next one. Yours truly will be taking part, as it's a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Evolution versus creationism. Now, we have a slightly unusual situation this time, in that my debate opponent is the father of one of the students in this class, Miss Rachel Whitaker. I don't doubt that Miss Whitaker finds the situation a little embarrassing, but I want her to know that she has my complete support at this time when she's beginning to think for herself. I just wanted the rest of you to be aware of the situation. And I hope you're all planning on coming to the debate as a part of your participation in this course. Okay? Let's get to work. Open your books to chapter 6.
We just left after dinner. I felt it best to give her some time. She was pretty upset.
I agree. Sometimes it is the right thing to do.
Maybe I shouldn't have accepted, but I felt put on the spot. Now I feel like Rachel's against me because of this.
She's not against you, Stephen.
Plus, I'm not a public speaker like he is. I've never done anything like this before.
Look, you know we're here to help you any way we can.
I appreciate that.
Rachel, right? My name's Evan. We met the other day. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Not right now. I've got a lot on my mind.
Is your father's name Stephen?
I can't believe my father went to see one of my professors and then, like some self-righteous fundamentalist, gets into a discussion about creation and evolution.
Sorry you're so upset.
I mean, do you have any idea how embarrassing this is going to be for me?
Rachel, I wouldn't be looking at it that way.
Well, how would you like it if your parent was going to debate the most popular professor on campus? I mean, put yourself in my shoes.
I understand, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. It's not like Professor Kamen's preaching some sort of gospel truth here.
I gotta stop this.
Honey, I know she's upset, but I think she's just gonna get over it.
It's Rachel. Rachel!
Hi, Dad. I'm calling to ask you to please stop this debate.
Rachel, we were just talking about you. I'm glad you called.
This is gonna ruin me on campus, Dad.
I'm not trying to hurt you.
But you are.
Rachel, this is an important issue.
You're not gonna change Professor Kamen's mind.
Then how does he believe the universe was created? What does he teach you in class? That there was a Big Bang or something?
Dad, if you love me, you will stop this debate.
Please don't say that.
You must stop this debate.
Rachel, please.
You must stop it!
She hung up.
You can't leave it like that. You gotta call her back.
Hi, this is Rachel Whitaker. I'm not here right now. Please.
Voicemail.
Hey.
Hey.
Set up a meeting with Professor Kamen to do that interview. Did you talk to that father yet?
Oh, no, I was just getting ready to call him.
Yeah? Before you do, I think you should check this out.
What?
Professor Kamen was in the news yesterday. Front page story.
We didn't run a story on Kamen yesterday.
Yeah, well, we did 12 years ago. It appears our dear professor got one of his colleagues fired over the same issue.
What?
Yeah, some instructor named Portland refused to teach evolution in his biology class, and Kamen got him ousted. It's all there. Oh, and, by the way, you talk to that dad. Tell him I said good luck.
Listen to what it says in this high school textbook I picked up at the library. Humans came from ape-like ancestors. There is nothing supernatural about the origins of human beings.
How can they say that and get away with it?
I don't know, but they are. Stephen Whitaker.
Mr. Whitaker. This is Evan Carlson calling from the university. I'm a student on staff at the campus paper here, and our editor wants to do a preliminary story about the upcoming debate. Would you be able to meet up, sir?
Meet? Well, I live about 3 hours from there.
Yes, I know. I was thinking we could meet halfway.
Can't we just take care of this over the phone?
I know Rachel, sir. And I'm aware of the situation. I'm a Christian, and I'm on your side. I've got some information that may prove helpful to you, but I'd rather talk to you about it in person. Cayman is smart and clever. He'll take what you say, twist it around, question you, corner you. I've seen him debate before, and he is good at it.
And I've never debated anyone before in my life. Sounds like a mismatch to me. How many people come to these events?
Normally not many, 25, 30, but there will be more at this one, especially since Cayman's doing it. And he'll probably make all of his classes attend as well.
Much to Rachel's delight, I'm sure.
Plus, the editor is running this story before the debate, which isn't normal. And he is planning to contact the local media. Could get a pretty good audience.
Great, more pressure.
Look, I've got some material in the car with some good information on science from a biblical perspective. I'll give it to you.
Thanks, appreciate it. You can sit here. You seem pretty serious about this. Maybe you should be the one debating Cayman.
God didn't give me the opportunity, sir. He gave it to you. And I think what you're doing is great.
Rachel sure doesn't.
I found out something interesting. 12 years ago at the university, there was an incident involving Cayman and another professor on the same subject.
Joseph G. Portland.
Portland used to teach Cayman's class, except for he taught creation. And Cayman joined the university staff that year, didn't like it, and got him fired. That's Portland's contact info.
He lives nearby.
Maybe you could give him a call, or even try to go see him. He could offer some good insight.
I'll keep this in mind.
And now I do have several questions I need to ask you for the article.
Sure. I think it's interesting you chose to meet here.
I figured it was about halfway.
This place is very special to me.
What do you mean?
Let me show you something. This is about the spot. When Rachel was 10 years old, we were spending the day here together, and she was over by this river playing. I remember she was looking for stones that she could throw into the river. Suddenly, though, she found a 50-cent piece lying on the ground. But just after she reached down and picked it up, a boy grabbed her hand and took it from her. I saw this from over there and noticed how he taunted her as he walked away and went back towards his father. Rachel, of course, was upset over losing the coin because she'd found it first and came over to complain to me. I then tried to use that incident as an example. I told her it was wrong for the boy to take that coin from her and the stealing was a sin, but I also pointed out to her how all of us have sinned against God in our own lives. In essence, we've stolen coins from him. And the only one who can forgive us for our sins is Jesus. And Rachel seemed to understand this. We prayed to the Lord together, and I believe that day she became a Christian.
That's great.
Hard for me to believe someone is now causing my little girl to drift away from what she's been taught. Let's go to that picnic table and I'll answer those questions for you.
Oh, hey, how'd it go?
It went well. Evan's a committed believer and was very helpful. I need to make a quick phone call and I'll tell you more about it.
Okay.
Hello?
Professor Portland?
This is he?
Hi, my name is Stephen Whitaker, and I have an unusual situation I'd like to speak to you about for a moment.
What is this pertaining to?
Well, first, I am a Christian, and my daughter goes to the university you used to teach at.
That's right, I don't teach anymore.
Yes, sir, I know. The reason I'm calling is because she's taking a class from a Professor Cayman, and I'd like to ask you about him.
I'm not interested in discussing anything having to do with the name you just mentioned.
But I have a debate scheduled with Professor Cayman on the subject of creation versus evolution, and I was hoping you could help me.
I said I'm not interested.
Hello? Professor?
Tyler, what am I gonna do?
You might have to let him do it.
No.
Well, look, first of all, nobody goes to those things anyway.
You told me everyone went to them when we first met.
I wanted you to think that I was into stuff like that. You know, with you studying in the library. And look, you saw how many people were there. I mean, I've been to a couple of them before, and they're lucky if they get 10 people. Listen, Rach, nobody takes those debates seriously. So if I were you, I'd stop worrying about it. But what you do need to start taking seriously is our flag football party coming up weekend after next. Now stay in your dorm from now till after the debate, but that's Saturday night. You're with me, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Good. Now, if it'll make you feel better, call your dad one more time.
Rachel?
Dad, I'm calling again to ask you to please not do this debate.
But Rachel...
You debating Professor Kamen is not going to solve anything.
Rachel, honey, you don't know everything your professor believes. I've been doing a lot of research, reading some of the reports he's published. This guy stands against everything that we believe in. Evan's told me some things about him also.
Evan? How do you know Evan? You went and met with my father, gave him books, talked to him about Kamen. You're encouraging him?
Hold on. First of all, I had to speak with your father since the editor assigned me to do a story on the debate. And of course I'm encouraging him. This is an opportunity for the truth.
My father is no match for Professor Kamen, and you know it.
Your father might do better than you think.
I don't know how I got myself into these situations.
I can answer that one. You let Kamen play with your mind.
Professor Kamen is a very intelligent man who makes good points.
No. Kamen's a gifted communicator, only makes it seem like he's making good points. Did he do the chicken and the egg thing yet?
Yes.
And he said the egg, right? And he gave you some line about scientific research in the fossil record?
And what if he's correct?
Rachel, think about it. Life comes from life. It doesn't come from non-life. God created the chicken first, just like the Bible said, and then he set it up so that life could reproduce itself. Kamen doesn't believe in God, so he teaches the opposite.
Come on, Evan, you're not helping.
Just answer me this one question. Did God create this world, or did it come about through evolution, like Kamen says?
Evan.
Just answer the question, please.
No. I'm not gonna answer that.
You just did.
Just forget it.
I just don't think I've got a good enough handle on the subject.
Stephen, you know enough. Just share it. That's all you need to do.
I don't know.
This outline you've shown me is good, and you won't be alone. A group of us from the church are coming to support you.
Thanks. Professor Kamen will probably get all of his students to attend, and I don't think too many of them are going to be rooting for me.
Hey.
Hey, I thought you were going to Tyler's game.
I have too much work to do. I'm going to the library. Maybe I can find a corner to hide in.
Rachel, not all the students agree with Professor Kamen.
Yeah? Because the only guy around here that I know who doesn't is Evan.
Just going through a mini crisis, that's all.
Dude, just admit that you guessed wrong and move on.
Yeah, we won't hold it against you. I didn't guess wrong. I mean, she's interested. Just didn't expect this deal with her dad popping up.
You're wasting your time. Plus, she's way too religious.
She can't be that religious if she's with Tyler. All right, look, our flag football party's next weekend, and that'll be the night I make my move. I'll let you know how religious she is.
I don't know why you're wasting your time driving all the way out here. Didn't I say I wasn't interested?
Well, sir, I thought if I could explain the situation to you in person.
I know the situation. Kamen is brainwashing your daughter's mind like he does all the students who take his classes.
I was hoping you could give me some insight that would help me prepare.
Why are you debating him?
It wasn't my idea.
What, he challenged you, you accepted? If I were you, I'd get out of it.
I was hoping you could help me. I mean, you know the topic so well.
Read a book. A lot of good ones out there.
But you know Kamen.
I want nothing to do with that man.
That was a long time ago.
That university was my life. I wasn't going to teach evolutionary lies from those textbooks. Then one day, because of Cayman, it all gets taken away?
Maybe it got taken away because you were making an impact for the Lord. This is a battle we're in.
I lost mine.
Professor Portland, there are so many people that you could be influencing with your life and the gifts that God has given you.
I haven't taught at that university for 12 years. I'm out of the game.
We should never stop trying to share the Lord with people. You remember, for God so loved the world?
I said I'm out of the game. I'm trying to forget this, not relive it. Would you please leave?
But Professor Portland...
I asked you to leave.
I don't believe the lies either, but it still comes down to a choice we all make. And by the way, a Christian is never out of the game.
You got nothing from Portland?
Nothing. He still seems bitter about the whole thing. He asked me to leave.
Well, Mr. Jameson has contacted some of the local media. Looks like they're gonna pick up on it. Mr. Whitaker? You still there?
Yes, I'm here.
You have people praying for you, sir. You have supporters.
Just makes it tough when I know Rachel's not one of them. Thanks, Evan. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Hey, I'll catch up with you later. Excuse me. Your dad's the guy that's gonna debate Cayman, right?
Why do you ask?
I'm in your bio class. Why would anyone want to debate Cayman?
He doesn't. I don't want him to.
Have you ever seen that thing that Cayman does where he shows how we all came from apes?
Pardon?
How we all came from apes.
What is it? How do you know?
Just did after class one day, heard him go through it. He'll make your father look like a complete idiot with that example.
Look, I told you I don't want him to do it.
Excuse me. Couldn't help but overhear. Are you talking about Professor Cayman when he goes through his routine about how we all came from apes?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I thought it was great.
Let me ask you something. Does your mother look like an ape?
What'd you say?
Does your mother look like an ape?
Watch it, man.
I'll assume that's a no. How about your grandmother? Does she look like an ape?
What? Man, who are you?
I'll take that as another no. So your mother doesn't look like an ape, and neither does your grandmother. How about your great-grandmother? Do pictures go that far back in your family? Does she look like an ape?
What's your deal, man?
Cayman says we all come from apes, so which one in your family was the monkey? I got news for you. You can take it all the way back to the very first man and woman, Adam and Eve. And guess what? No one was ever an ape. You know why? Because apes come from apes, and humans come from humans. Now, who's gonna make who look like a complete idiot?
Whatever.
I don't need you to defend me.
I wasn't defending you.
My picture and everything.
Hey, I know a good story when it comes my way. I'm getting some great feedback already.
I'd say you and your team put together a very nice article.
Thank you. I'm shooting for a full house on this one. I just hope your opponent shows up.
Any reason to think he won't?
No, but I've got a feeling that after this debate is done, he'll wish he'd stayed home.
You're too kind.
I'll see you Thursday night.
Look, it's not that hard. All you gotta do is memorize the stuff, and then after the test, you can just forget it. That's what Tyler and I do.
So stupid. How's this ever gonna help you in life?
Yeah, it's not. That's why we memorize and then we forget. Just like I keep telling Tyler, you just gotta forget that Rachel girl, but you know him. He'll hang in there.
Maybe he really likes her.
He likes her because she's cute, that's all.
I wouldn't let anyone crack eggs over my head. I don't care how cute she is.
Yeah, Tyler and his stupid plan. Well, we'll see what happens at the flag football party this weekend. That's when he's supposed to make his move. Eventually, he'll see I was right about her.
What is so important that you need to talk to me right now?
Could we sit down for a minute?
Come on, Evan.
Could we just sit down for a minute, please?
What?
Rachel, I'm sorry to bother you, but I need to tell you something.
What you need to do is talk my dad out of doing this debate.
You should really listen to yourself sometime. Cayman sure done a number on you.
Why are you so against Professor Cayman?
Does this sound familiar? Just show up and get a C.
What?
Cayman's class. They'll give you a C as your final grade if you just show up without doing any work. Didn't you ever wonder about that? I mean, no other teacher does that.
Well, maybe that's why he's the most popular instructor on campus.
Or the one with the biggest agenda.
What do you mean by that?
He teaches his evolution lies to get students to doubt their faith in God and the Bible.
So you're saying I'm not a Christian now?
You tell me. I mean, just the other day, you wouldn't even admit that God created the world.
I know God created the world.
Yeah. Committed to that truth? Then why are you all of your dad for wanting to defend it?
He's just never done anything like this before.
You know, why is it that one Christian wants to take a stand for his faith and the next one doesn't? Why do some Christians have convictions about things and others don't? Maybe the difference lies in how we first came to the Lord. Was it by addition or submission?
What do you mean by that?
Seems to me that a lot of people have just added Jesus to their life. But that's not it. You can't just add Jesus to your life. You must submit your life to him. It's a big difference.
So you are saying I'm not a Christian?
Only you can answer that one.
Just leave me alone.
You can't leave yet.
Yes, I can.
Rachel, I came to tell you something.
I'm not interested.
Tyler's the one not interested. Having you crack those eggs over his head was a setup. I just overheard two of his buddies talking about it in the library. And that flag football party this weekend, that's when he's gonna make his move. Rachel, Tyler only spends time with you because he thinks you're cute, and that's it.
You're making this up.
It's the truth, Rachel. That's why I came over here. I thought you should know.
I don't believe you.
I wouldn't lie to you. But Tyler is. I'm sorry. It just seems to me that a lot of people have just added Jesus to their life. But that's not it. You can't just add Jesus to your life. You must submit your life to him.
Lord Jesus, I want to submit.
Rachel?
Hi, Dad.
Are you all right?
Fine. Dad, first, I want to tell you how sorry I am.
I brought you some juice.
Hey, you're up early.
Ellie, I need to tell you something.
All right, that's it. A reminder, the debate is tonight at the Fine Arts Center, and I strongly encourage you all to attend. Now, as for the debate itself, I accepted a challenge that was brought before me. It is my obligation to this university and to the students I teach to defend what I know to be true. I do hope I see you there this evening. Dismissed.
Why don't you go ahead? I'll catch up later.
Okay.
Professor Kamen,
Yes, Rachel.
you said that my dad was the one who challenged you, but that's not really correct. I think that you're the one who challenged him.
Your father wanted to confront me on my views. I could tell from the moment I met him. I plan to go easy on him, and I will. Was there something else, Miss Whitaker?
Yes, sir.
Well?
The chicken came first.
Been waiting for you, but I'm in a rush. I got a game.
Walk with me, please.
Well, where are we heading? Because like I said, I got a game to get to.
I can't see you anymore.
What?
I can't see you anymore.
Wait, what brought this on?
I don't really know how to say this, but I haven't been fair with you.
Fair with me? What are you talking about?
I like you, Tyler. I do. You're such a nice guy, and you're always so kind to me. We're not right. Not together.
I thought that things were going great. Did someone say something to you?
I got right with the Lord. I want to start living my life to please Him. I'd be happy to tell you about it if you want to hear more.
No, I'm not ready for that.
I'm sorry. I should have told you about this much sooner, but you're so selfish and caught up in my own stuff. And for that, I am truly sorry.
I'm gonna be late for my game.
Goodbye, Tyler.
You ain't kidding.
What'd you say to her?
What
What'd you say to her?
are you doing, man?
What did you tell her?
Who?
Rachel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She turned on me, man. Somehow she knows.
Well, it wasn't me.
Well, someone told her.
It wasn't me.
Luke, did you say something?
Not me.
Well, somehow she found out. She pulled some religion garbage on me about a minute ago, and now we're over.
Okay, so what's the big deal?
It is a big deal. I wasted a lot of time on this girl.
Dude, I told you she wasn't worth it, and you didn't listen to me.
Somehow she found out.
Got me ahead was I was a stringer from the Baltimore Sun. Really? So it's basically the same kind of thing I'm asking you to do. Go out, get the information, bring it back in. That's exactly the kind of work you want to do. All right, so now what you have to find, you have to find what is it that's going to grab the reader. What's the angle? It's that every story should be covered.
Hello, Pastor.
I told you we'd be here, and several others from the church have come out as well.
Thank you for coming.
Professor Kamen.
Hey, Phil. That little paper of yours has more of a circulation than I would have guessed.
Yes, it's a good crowd. I see the visiting team has some followers here tonight. Hey, we're ready to start, so if you'll take your place, I'll go and inform your opponent.
Got it.
Stephen Whitaker?
Yes.
Phil Jameson, journalism. We spoke on the phone. Thanks for coming.
My wife, Kimberly.
It's a pleasure.
Hi.
We're ready to begin, so if you take your place up on stage, we'll get started.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. People are praying for you.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Phil Jameson. I am the professor of journalism here at the university. I'd like to welcome everyone to our debate tonight, which deals with the subject of evolution versus creationism. What a great crowd. I'm a little nervous up here myself. I can only imagine what our two combatants must be feeling. It's my best line, guys. It's all I've got. Let me introduce to you our two participants now. On my left, speaking on behalf of creationism, he has a daughter who attends the university here. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Stephen Whitaker. And on my right, a man who needs no introduction. He is arguing on behalf of evolution. He is from our biology department. Please give a warm welcome to Professor Marcus Kamen. Okay, this is how this is going to work. Both men are going to give brief opening statements, and then they'll be able to question each other's comments. And after that, we're going to open up this forum to you, the audience, for your questions. Okay? Mr. Whitaker, you are first. You may begin with your opening statement.
Thank you. Well, let me say first that I've never done anything like this before. I do believe, though, that the topic at hand is an important one, and in fact, as I prepared for this debate, it became clearer to me that it's more important than I ever realized. It seems that when the question is posed as to how life came to exist on our planet, the theory of evolution has become the dominant scientific view that is taught in our schools and universities across this great land of ours. Frankly, this amazes me. The first problem I immediately see is that evolution is not scientific in the truest sense of the word, since science deals with what can be observed and reproduced through experimentation. Scientific claims must be accepted only after they have been verified. The origin of life can neither be observed nor reproduced in any laboratory, even though they try to show us this with their illustrations in the textbooks I've studied. By definition, then, true naturalistic science can furnish no knowledge about where any life form, including the human race, came from or how it got here. If God did not create the universe, then who or what did? A big bang that produced a cosmic explosion? What caused it to go bang? A chemical reaction? What organized the original chemicals or molecules or gases or whatever evolutionists say happened to form life here on Earth? And how did it create so much detail and beauty and design and intelligence? Nothing times something does not equal everything. And yet, as I see it, that is the true definition of an evolutionary view of the universe and what millions and millions of people are placing their trust in as to how life on this earth began. The evolutionary worldview is clearly as much a religion as any theistic worldview. Not only is the teaching of evolution an attack against those well-known first words of the Bible, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, but it is an undermining assault against the authority of God, which really becomes the main issue here. At least when we're starting with God as the first cause, it seems that everything else that happens makes sense. That's it, I guess, for my opening statement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. Professor Kamen, your opening statement, please.
Well, first I'd like to say well done, Mr. Whitaker. Very well done. You have debated before. You put forth some very compelling questions and ideas. In fact, I think if we were to pass a hat right now, you might bring in a nice donation or two. I just had a few problems with what you said, especially at the end there about God being the first cause. You can't prove any of it. Now, I know you're going to say that it all has to be taken on faith, but that's always the out on your side. That's always the explanation. We know what faith is. It's wishful thinking. And in case you haven't noticed, things don't always turn out so good at the end. The good guy doesn't always win. Wishful thinking doesn't bring home the bacon, and it cannot ever be proven. But when it comes to the evolutionary answer, laboratory experimentation and intensive scientific analysis have proven conclusively that living organisms evolved from non-living chemicals. And what makes that so important is that it means that intelligence wasn't needed for life to form in the beginning. We are all descendants of a common ancestor, just as you and your cousins are descendants of a common grandmother. And through a process of descent with modification, that common ancestor gave rise to the fantastic diversity that we see in the fossil record and living all around us today. That is proof, Mr. Whitaker. That is scientific proof. Evolution means that we're all distant cousins. Man and the oak tree, the hummingbird and the whale. Life is about change, and the sequence of fossils in the strata documents that change. And the clear progression of simpler life forms evolving into more complex life forms is accepted by every clear-thinking scientific mind as irrefutable truth. Radiometric dating of the Earth shows it to be 4.5 billion years old, give or take. And the rocks and fossils that we see all around us are millions and millions of years old. That's a lot of time for change, Mr. Whitaker. That is time for evolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Kamen. You may both now question each other's opening statements. Mr. Whitaker?
I guess my first question for you, Professor Kamen, and the most important one I can think of is, how do you explain away God?
Explain away?
Yes, what about God?
Simply put, man created God.
Man created God?
I'm 100% with Freud on this one, sir.
That man created God?
Dr. Sigmund Freud brilliantly observed many years ago that man is riddled with deep-seated fears, living as he does in a world of disease and famine and disaster, with very little control over his circumstance. So yes, he created God. He postulated a being who could deliver him, kind of like a supernatural skyhook that could pull him out of trouble. Man also believed that he was getting a raw deal from just about everybody, so he wanted a cosmic umpire to blow the big whistle and halt the game until everybody got what they deserved. But most of all, man fears death and extinction. And so he needed a heavenly father who could take him at the end to some heavenly place that he decided to call heaven. All because he couldn't face the fact that eventually he was going to vanish from existence.
So what's the purpose of life, Professor Kamen?
We live, and then we die and go back into the earth.
That's it. There's no afterlife.
Face the music, Mr. Whitaker. Elvis is dead. He's left the building. In this life, we get a chance to make a mark. If we do that, maybe the next generation will remember us. Maybe we'll even teach them something. But there is no afterlife.
I believe there's much more than that.
Yeah, you believe, Mr. Whitaker, but do you have any proof of an afterlife?
Proof?
Proof. Scientific proof, any kind of proof.
The Bible says we believe by faith.
Faith in what? In a God we can't see, in a book we can't rely on? I'd like a little scientific proof.
I can't offer scientific proof.
Well, the words in this book that you hold so sacred, how do you even know they're true?
The Bible is very trustworthy.
I didn't ask if it was trustworthy, I asked if it was true.
The Bible is the Word of God.
Wasn't the Bible written by man?
Yes, it was.
Then how does that make it the Word of God?
Look, I can't explain it.
So, you're betting your afterlife on a book you can't explain about a God you can't prove. I am sticking with Freud on this one, Mr. Whitaker. I am definitely sticking with Freud.
Freud was wrong. Freud was wrong.
Excuse me, sir. There'll be a time later for the audience to ask questions.
It's okay. He's my friend and he's with me.
I decided to get back in the game. Mind if I take over from here?
Mr. Jameson, if it would be all right, I would like for my friend here to continue for me.
Well, that's not how we normally do things. Is that acceptable to you, Professor Kamen? Proceed.
You never cease to amaze me, Marcus. Of course, you're going to agree with Freud's views on God, since evolution leaves no room for a supernatural creator. And since there is no God, then there are no rules, and no one to whom we must give an account. But man didn't create God. Freud got that wrong. In fact, I would propose to you the very opposite. I believe that if man had his way, he would rather God did not exist and eliminate God. Haven't you noticed? Whenever anything goes bad in someone's life, or there is some tragic event that occurs, people, religious and non-religious, almost inevitably blame God. How could God allow this? How could God allow that? No, if man had his way, he would rather eliminate God, not create him. He even comes up with theology that says, God is dead and has left the building. Sorry to be so rude to your guests. My name is Joseph G. Portland, Professor Joseph Portland. You see, 12 years ago, I was the one that taught biology here at the university, only I taught from the perspective that God is our creator. And I refused to teach what I felt were evolutionary lies from the textbook. When Professor came and joined our staff, he got me fired over this very issue. I despised you, Cayman. I blamed you for ruining my career. Sadly for me, I let you take me out of the game. You're talking about how those laboratory experiments have proven that living organisms evolve from non-living chemicals as proof of the naturalistic origin of life. This is just not so. Those experiments only showed that certain organic compounds could be formed from inorganic compounds. And intelligence was, and is, still needed since someone had to conduct and design those experiments. Certainly that's far from creating life in the laboratory. And you know that the amount of information contained in the nucleus of a living cell shows that it could not have evolved from non-living chemicals, and that it must have been created. You know, the fossil record does not show the continuous development of one kind of creature into another, and that no one has ever seen one kind of plant or animal changing into another of a different kind. Dogs change into different kinds of dogs, but they are always dogs. And we can breed dogs to form new varieties, but they never turn into cats or kangaroos because they remain in the boundaries that God created for them in the beginning. And you know that there are layers of assumptions used to calculate the age of the Earth using radiometric dating. So why are you misleading our audience? The Earth is not billions of years old. The Earth is not millions of years old, not even close. You see, the professor and I can go on and on and on and bore you with our technical definitions. Whatever he says, I have a rebuttal, and back and forth. And, you know, we can go outside right now, and the stars can come down and form the words in the sky, God created the world, and the evolutionists would blame it on those clever Baptists. To me, the most troubling aspect about this issue is that in our society today, evolution is being taught in our schools and universities across this land as a matter of fact. But no one can scientifically prove evolution, just as no one can scientifically prove that God created the world, since none of us were present to witness it. Both these teachings then become a matter of faith. The evolutionist has nothing but vast periods of time, random chance events, and the ever-changing ideas of man to base his worldview upon, while the one who holds to creation has his beliefs firmly rooted in the truths contained in the Bible and a personal God who created everything. I love this university. I loved teaching my students. But one thing got in my way, led to my downfall. It wasn't until I was visited by a new friend that I came to realize it. And it was not you, Marcus. I blamed you, but it was not you. It was me and my pride. I was the one who was at fault 12 years ago. Not in what I was teaching, but in how I went about it. I should have taught my students to look at both sides of the evidence, realizing that everyone individually has to make their own choice. Either you are going to look at life through men's ideas, or God's word. So, if evolution, follow where that leads. If God, then serve the Lord. We can't prove anything here tonight. We can only present theories. You can chance your eternity on the views of Freud and Darwin if you want. I'm putting my trust in Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for my sins, was buried, and rose again on the third day. I know some of you will call that stupidity. I am calling it humility. And I will trust and I will follow Christ and wait on the hope of eternal life that he offers. May you find that same hope. Marcus, I'm sorry for my attitude. And I held bitterness towards you for a long time. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Professor Kamen, is there anything you'd like to add? Okay, that concludes our evening, everyone. Our next debate will be November 14th, presented by the Business Department, a discussion about government spending. We hope to see you then. Thanks for coming.
Evan, thank you for all your help. I couldn't have done it without you.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Same here. Keep in touch.
Yes, sir. Your dad did good.
Great job at the debate last night, Professor.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Hey, buddy. Interested in making $100?
$100?
Yeah, just let me crack 3 eggs over your head. It's yours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Show me the 100 first.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
First, I wanted to thank you for helping my dad. And second, I wanted to apologize for how I acted. I'm sorry I gave you so much opposition. I lost perspective, but I'm back on track with the Lord. God used you in my life, and I wanted to thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it. See ya.
See ya. Rachel. What are you doing Saturday afternoon?
You stood before creation, eternity in your hand. You spoke the earth into motion, my soul now to stand.
Okay, this spot, right here.
What about it?
You ever been here before?
Yeah, I told you lots of times for family reunions.
Would you look at that? On the ground.
It's a 50-cent piece.
Do you remember that?
What?
What I just did. Took the 50-cent piece from your hand. Think, Rachel. Think back to when you were 10 years old. You saw a 50-cent piece on the ground and some little boy came up and grabbed it from you when you found it.
I do remember. How did you know? Did my dad tell you?
Yeah, your father told me. But that little boy, it was me.
What?
8 years ago, you and I met here at this very spot. We were throwing stones into the river when you saw a 50-cent piece on the ground. I came and snatched it out of your hand when you picked it up, just stole it from you. My dad saw the whole thing, and he used that incident to show me how I needed Christ. And so on that day, this selfish little boy became a Christian. You see, Rachel, God used you in my life. I wanted to say thank you.
You're welcome.
You know that little restaurant up past the bridge? I'd be happy to treat you to lunch.
Hey, yeah. I think I'd like that.
So what could I say?